From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. Sessions from Studio A is a showcase for local and touring artists here in our region. We record their sets of original music here in Studio A and bring the concerts to you wherever you're listening from. Our guest this week is a singer-songwriter from Dixon, Illinois. Mathew Ray Fichter joins us to play new songs and talk about his latest EP, Circus, the music and art scene in Dixon, and a little bit about his creative process.
I'd love to say it's easy, and sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. Some songs are 3 minutes and easy, some songs are a fist fight with a pit bull.
Live recordings and conversation with Mathew Ray Fichter this hour on Sessions from Studio A. This is Sessions from Studio A, where we feature local and touring artists here in our region and record their live performances right here in WNIJ's Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt, welcoming back to the show Mathew Ray Fichter. He's a singer-songwriter from Dixon who draws from life experiences in his music with an emphasis on really clever and poignant lyrics. Mathew Ray Fichter was last here in Studio A promoting his record El Camino, which you can find out on streaming services. He's since released an EP titled Circus. We'll hear some tracks from that later on in the hour, but first let's get right into Studio A for his performance recorded live. He'll start off with an instrumental here titled Black Train, and then we'll hear a new one from him titled Petrichor, which means the smell of rain. It's Mathew Ray Fichter this hour, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
Next song is called Petrichor. If you love the smell of rain, that's what it is. If I won the lottery, I'd get a tattoo. Order dinner at a restaurant, just a table for two. Watch the rains come in like we always do. Just me and you. If I won the lottery, I'd buy myself a bike with a horn on the handlebars and the pedals would light. You'd call me an idiot, probably right. Just me and you. Watch the rain come again. Petrichor on the wind. Ain't gotta do nothing, just breathe it in. Petrichor on the wind. Watch the rain come again. Petrichor on the wind. Ain't gotta do nothing, just breathe it in. Petrichor on the wind. If I won the lottery, what would I do? Order dinner at a restaurant, just a table for two. Watch the rains come in like we always do. Just me and you. Watch the rain come again. Petrichor on the wind. Ain't gotta do nothing, just breathe it in. Petrichor on the wind. Ain't gotta do nothing, just breathe it in. Petrichor on the wind. I'm gonna switch guitars real quick. This song is called Olaf's Weed and Bible Store. Olaf's Weed and Bible Store is down by the shore. It ain't there anymore. We've all been there before. Some people walk in, some people come by train. Some people fall and they have to begin again. Some people stay, no one's ever turned away. Down at Olaf's Weed and Bible Store. Olaf's Weed and Bible Store, it's a metaphor. Every time you walk through the door, just don't tell Olaf it ain't there anymore. Some people walk in, some people come by plane. Some people drive, but no one's ever the same. Some people are carried in, someone helpful helps them in. Down at Olaf's Weed and Bible Store. Olaf's Weed and Bible Store, it ain't there anymore. Used to be down by the shore. We've all been there before. Some people are carried in, someone helpful helps them in. Some people fall and they have to begin again. Some people stay, no one's ever turned away. Down at Olaf's Weed and Bible Store. Olaf's Weed and Bible Store, down by the shore. We've all been there before. I wrote this next song. It's called Don't Lie to Me. I know the title seems a little derivative, but it's from a perspective of a child when they first lie that their parents can lie, and they first learn that their parents can lie. So it's not about heartbreak. It's about revelation. Don't lie to me, it ain't fair. Don't tell me stories of who, what, why, and where. Don't tell me fables, you know they ain't true. Don't lie to me, 'cause I ain't lying to you. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, I can tell. Everybody knows you got a new book to sell. One white lie always equals two. Don't lie to me, 'cause I ain't lying to you. Don't lie to me, 'cause I ain't lying to you. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, that's a fact. Tell one lie, never gets taken back. Don't tell me stories, you know they ain't true. Don't lie to me, 'cause I ain't lying to you. Don't lie to me, never gets taken back. Don't lie to me, never gets taken back. Don't lie to me, never gets taken back. Don't lie to me.
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Mathew Ray Fichter back once again for your second time here in Studio A. Thanks so much for listening, everybody, and thanks, Mathew Ray Fichter, for coming out once again.
Hello.
Kind of hard to believe when I looked back at the other session, but it's been about 4 years since you were last here. There was a picture of you with the mask in the studio, and that instantly places the time when you see that. So good to have you back. So the last album we were promoting when you were here was Hell Camino, I believe. Yes. And today we've got all new songs from you.
Yeah, pretty much, yep.
Before we talk about some of these new ones, I do want to ask about just a little bit about what you've been up to since we saw you last, and also about this EP you put out a few years ago called Circus.
Yeah, Circus.
I was listening to.
That was a fun record because it was like no pressure. It was like just have fun, and that's kind of exactly what I did. I've just been doing shows and, playing and writing songs. As an original artist, that kind of limits your scope. But, you got programs like this and places like Rosebrook that I was talking about. And you just keep releasing. I mean, I do a lot digitally in the artificial world.
Yeah.
But as an original artist, your venues are kind of limited. I do a lot of opening shows. I mean, I've opened for punk bands, which the greatest audience in the world. You're an acoustic guy, open for a punk band. They appreciate everything.
Yeah, to elaborate a little bit more about that when you say it's harder as an original artist.
Well, me too. I go to a bar, I want to hear what I know. I mean, I'm no different than anybody else.
Right.
And then, you know, as an acoustic artist, after 9:30, 10 o'clock, and you've had 3 beers and 2 shots, you want a kick drum in your chest. You know, it's you have a fairly limited scope that you can work through, but you know, if you focus through that and just keep moving, that's kind of what I do. I know I'm not a rock band. I'll put it that way. And as a songwriter, I'll be honest, that's what I would rather do. My goal is to sell songs, not to necessarily play them.
Gotcha. Well, love to hear your originals over here, and I'm glad you brought some new ones here today, too. You mentioned there, is it Rosebrooks?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that's kind of we were talking in the studio, you said that's kind of an art community around is that around your hometown of Dixon?
In Dixon.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Rosebrook is an artist community that convenes quite often, and they bring in bands and performers and solo musicians and dancers and artists and painters. It's your true artist community. And they had a building, they lost their building a couple of years ago, and they just closed on a new building, and they've been inside, and it's beautiful. And we got some work to do. But once again, the community will come together, and it'll be their own building. And it is my hope that it grows and gets a wider reputation, because it is a very cool place to hang out. If you want to meet musicians and artists and painters and poets and those kinds of people, the people that are me and us, and that's Rosebrook is where you would go.
So it's a collective too, but then you also have a building?
Yeah.
That's cool. So do you use it as an event space too, like concerts there?
Yes.
Oh, very
Mr.
cool.
Blotto has played there, several, bands will come through. And it's cool now, the last building you had to go up what I used to call the death stairs. Now it's on the main floor. So that will be easier. So
awesome. And that's in Dixon, your hometown. Mm-hmm. For people who didn't hear the last show, too, let's get a little of your background. Were you born and raised in Dixon?
Yeah, but I blew out of there at about 19 years old and lived everywhere.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been all over.
Seattle, Atlanta, L.A., Phoenix, and then back here. I mean, you could take the boy out of Illinois, but you can't take the Illinois out of the boy. And that's kind of what happened.
I was going to ask what brought you back. Yeah, you can't take the Illinois out the boy. I like that. It's like that, I don't know if you know that, the Kishwaukee River myth, Native American legend. There's the myth that if you've stepped foot in the Kishwaukee River, you're never going to leave. And
plus, there's something that I couldn't, I think if you're raised by a river, it's something that you miss. I've lived next to oceans, I've lived next to big lakes, but that constant rhythm of the river seemed to be something that I always missed. And I grew up by a railroad track, so I got both in Dixon.
You are hearing my talk with Mathew Ray Fichter on Sessions from Studio A. You can find more from him on streaming services and buy some of his music over on Bandcamp, MathewRayFichter.bandcamp.com. And from his record label, Mostly Annoyed Records. You can find more from them over on mostlyannoyed.com. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back with more from Mathew Ray Fichter's live recording with us here on Sessions from Studio A. This is Sessions from Studio A. Our guest this week is singer-songwriter Mathew Ray Fichter from Dixon, Illinois, and we're hearing a performance from him recorded live here in Studio A. We'll also hear some songs from his latest EP, Circus, later on in the show. Let's hear another one from the live recording, though, in Studio A. This one is a new one from Mathew Ray Fichter titled Tuesday in America. You're listening to Sessions from Studio A.
First time I played this song, someone wanted to hit me, and I take that as a compliment. The song is called Tuesday in America. Another Tuesday in America. Lord help me, I believe. If this is sacred ground, someone tell me who leaves. Another Tuesday in America. Another body hits the floor. Here's something new to believe in. Here's another war. Another Tuesday in America, just like every Tuesday before. America. Iron Man is Dr. Doom. Man, I wish I didn't, but I hope it comes out soon. Another Tuesday in America. Same song, different tune. Another Tuesday in America. The Bears still can't win a game. I think they'll move the team if they can find someone to blame. Another Tuesday in America. Spare the child, spoil the rod. Another Tuesday in America. One nation under God. Another Tuesday in America. Oh man, is it Tuesday? Oh God. I used to work in California. Yeah, people actually work in California. And I learned a lot of lessons. And one of those is that illegal immigrants can work their ass off. And you're an idiot if you think otherwise. Forgive me, America. And this song is about them. It's called Blowing Leaves. He came from California. He had nothing on his back. He didn't leave a thing behind except for maybe a trap. He had a 50 in his pocket and a hole in both shoes. The holes were easy to come by, but the 50 he couldn't lose. No one knows where he came from. He gives, they receive. No one knows his name. To them it's all the same. He's just the wind blowing leaves. No one knows where he came from. He gives, they receive. No one knows his name. To them it's all the same. He's just the wind blowing leaves. He went back to California. He had a new shirt on his back. He wasn't fool enough to not expect a trap. He had a 50 in his pocket and a brand new pair of shoes. Neither of them was he prepared to lose. No one knows where he came from. He gives, they receive. No one knows his name. To them it's all the same. He's just the wind blowing leaves. No one knows his name. To them it's all the same. He's just the wind blowing leaves. So I'm watching a podcast, you know, we all do that. And this one happened to be about a whiskey distiller. And he was talking to his cooper, and the cooper is the guy that makes the barrels. And this specific guy also was a blacksmith, and he made the metal bands around the barrels, which is pretty cool. And they were asking him what it was like, and he said, it's working in low light and blue smoke. And I was like, oh, that goes in my lyric book. And they wrote this song. It's actually about that, but it didn't turn out that way. But this song's called Low Light and Blue Smoke. There's a hole, we can feel it, where the water gets in. I believe what I believe, love ain't ever a sin. Calloused hands make smooth whiskey, living life is risky. Low light and blue smoke, low light and blue smoke. There's a hole in my body where the world got in. Don't believe, make believe is ever a sin. Calloused hands make smooth whiskey, living life is risky. No light and blue smoke, no light and blue smoke, no light and blue smoke, no light and blue smoke. Can't always see what we want to see, can't always be who we want to be. Sometimes we just choke on low light and blue smoke, 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 low light and blue smoke.
Mathew Ray Fichter with Low Light and Blue Smoke, recorded live here in WNIJ's Studio A. And I'm joined here with Mathew Ray Fichter, talking with us about his music this hour. Before we talk about the new songs, too, I wanted to talk a little bit about that new EP I mentioned, Circus. That one has one of my favorite songs of yours on it, Damage Done.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lyrics between 17 and 21.
What?
There's a whole lot of damage done. I love that song. And
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that EP, Circus, you put out a few years ago.
Oh, we just had time and space, and I had songs, and some friends joined me. Mr. Mike Durst joined me on a song called It's All Going to Hell, and Kathy Seghetti joined me on another one called Breathe. I love doing that. I love working with other musicians. I spend a lot of time doing it, and learn my craft by other people, especially people with perfect pitch. And Mike and Kathy have perfect. I don't. So it's nice to work with a singer who can hit a C note, and it's actually a C note. So,
What is your writing process like when you're writing a new song?
boy, I wish I could answer that. I don't know. The song Damage Done, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, the lyric, the music, and everything was in my head. And I went downstairs, and I recorded it and went back to bed. And woke up in the morning, I thought, no, that was a dream. There's no way that happened. Went downstairs and was like, what in the world? And then there are songs that take, another one I do, took me 20 years to finish. Some songs are 3 minutes and easy. Some songs are a fist fight with a pit bull. I'd love to say it's easy, and yet sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. I throw away more songs. Bob Seger said it best, write 100 songs because 99 are going to suck. So it's kind of how you do it.
There's definitely some truth to that. And it sounds like you kind of get inspiration all over the place. A line might strike you. You were mentioning the song today, Low Light and Blue Smoke. That line came from, you were listening to a podcast, and that line came up, and it's like, oh, that needs to go in a song.
From a blacksmith, because he was explaining what it's like to have to work in a blacksmith shop. It's smoke everywhere, volume, crashing, banging, welding, melting. And he said low light and blue smoke, and I was like, whoa, that goes in my lyric book. And it just kind of laid there. The song Olaf Sweden Bible Store was a joke at a party. And, sometimes as a songwriter, you feel like you're a voyeur because you're listening to everything and watching everything and seeing everything. and you write it down on your phone, and you go on, and the next thing you know, you're writing a song about that. So that's kind of how it works. Olaf's Weed and Bible Store is down by the shore.
I'm glad you brought up that one too. So Olaf's Weed and Bible Store. It sounds like there's a story behind that. So that was a joke at a party.
It was a joke at a party. We were just hanging out, and one of my buddies, Steve Lawson, said, who's infamous for doing stuff like this, one-liners that'll just drop a room. He said Olaf's Weed and Bible Store. I was like, oh, yeah. And that just sat in my lyric book for like a week. And then I was just sitting around going, that's really good. I'm going to sit here and try to have some fun with this. And not every song should be serious. And Olaf's Weed and Bible Store is definitely not serious. I think it's about heaven myself. I think the song itself is the metaphor about heaven. But that's my take. And, my take isn't how some other people should interpret a song. But, I just thought it was really cool, and it's imaginative and has color. So that's kind of why I rolled with it.
So from one that's not so serious to one that is more serious, you mentioned someone almost wanted to fight you after you played this one, Tuesday in America. Tell us a little bit about that song.
I kind of take a poke at everybody.
That one's a little bit of a, politically influenced song.
Yeah,
Tell us about that one.
Yeah, kind of. I'd say the first two lyrics are politically influenced, and then being a Marvel geek, as for me in my house, we serve Marvel. Marvel and DC guys will go to war over Superman and Hyperion and all these other things. So the third verse is poking fun at Iron Man being Dr. Doom. And then as loyal Illinois guys, we all know that we want the Bears to win, and we know they're not going to. So the fourth verse is about the Bear. I basically just take a poke at anybody I can take a poke at, myself included.
I love it. We mentioned these are pretty much all new songs you're playing here today, so are there plans for a new Mathew Ray Fichter album coming soon in the future?
Oh man, I'd love to do that. It's always fun, but the economics of it is gone now. You make more nickels doing digital streaming than you'll ever do putting out a solid product, which is so wrong. But you can't change the world. And like I said earlier, I would rather be a songwriter than somebody who has to play monkey in front of people. I love the performance part. Absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong. But I'd like to be able to go to Walmart and not be recognized. That would be nice. I mean, I've had my limited exposure to people recognize me for being a musician. And when you're sitting at the dinner table at a restaurant table and someone walks up, starts talking with your family, you're like going, I can't imagine not being able to go someplace. That would just, no wonder they hide.
Yeah, right. So you're really more concerned with the craft of songwriting right now, as opposed to being, this super prolific, I'm putting out an album every year.
Well, I love that. But yeah, I mean, you got to be good at it. You got to be a carpenter before you can build a house. I think I learned that by watching. I used to take my craft seriously and practice 4 to 6 hours a day, and I still practice quite a bit. But then I started watching like guys who could tongue and groove a table out of wood with a saw. And I'm thinking, I don't work that hard. Or a master welder, I'm thinking, I don't work that hard. And why am I not working that hard? If I want to be good at something, why am I just putzing around? And I kind of got myself away from practice to appreciating the craft of what it is I'm trying to do. And that's kind of where I've spent the last 11 years.
Mathew Ray Fichter on Sessions from Studio A. We're talking with the singer-songwriter from Dixon, Illinois this hour, and hearing live recordings from Studio A. Coming up after the short break, we'll hear a few tracks from his latest EP, Circus, which you can find out on streaming services. Also find more from Mathew Ray Fichter on Instagram at Mathew Ray Fichter, and on his record label's website, mostlyanoid.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more here on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A with Mathew Ray Fichter. We've been hearing songs from him recorded live in Studio A, and you can check out behind-the-scenes video from the performance over on our website, WNIJ.org, and on our YouTube channel. Mathew Ray Fichter's latest EP, Circus, is out on streaming services. Let's hear a few songs from that EP now. This one's titled Damage Done, It's Matthew Ray Fichter, this hour on Sessions from Studio A.
Well, I've never been worthy of a woman's tears. I've grown used to that over the years. But there was one that almost had me wondering. Never play games with a lover's heart. If that's the plan, don't even start. I'll call your bluff before the dice start tumbling. Isn't that the game we play? 17, the deepest days. Most of us can walk away, but the sad ones run. Between 17 and 21, it's a whole lot of damage done. Between 17 and 21, there's a whole lot of damage done. Well, I've never been worthy of a woman's love. When it comes to push, I always shove. And that has always kept me rambling. You look in her eyes and you look for tells. If you win, it's heaven. If you lose, it's hell. But the truth is, love ain't gambling. Isn't that the game we play? 17, the deepest days. Most of us can walk away, but the sad ones run. Between 17 and 21, there's a whole lot of damage done. Between 17 and 21, there's a whole lot of damage done. Well, I've never been worthy of a woman's tears. I've grown used to that over the years. But there was one who almost had me wondering. I looked in her eyes and I looked for tells. I didn't win, it was hell. But the truth is, I was never gambling. Isn't that the game we play? 17, the deepest days. Most of us can walk away, but the sad ones run. Between 17 and 21, there's a whole lot of damage done. Between 17 and 21, there's a whole lot of damage done. Between 17 and 21, there's a whole lot of damage done. Think we all thought we saw her in a movie. Think we all thought we'd survive a war. Think we all thought our lives were groovy. Think we forgot we'd been here before. think we forgot to love our family. I think we forgot there was a door. I think we forgot everything changes. Don't think we can do that anymore. Isn't that what memory is for? Isn't that what memory is for? I think we forgot we all have neighbors. I think we forgot we all pull weight. I think we forgot we all have anchors. And I think we're getting made some hate. Don't think we can do that anymore. Isn't that what memory is for? I think we forgot that Coke's just a bottle. I think we forgot that Ford's just a car. I think we forgot an open throttle. Really won't get us very far. Don't think we can do that anymore. Isn't that what memory is for? Isn't that what memory is for? I think we all thought we'd star in a movie.
Do you have any shows coming up this summer, or any future plans for you this summer?
I have a life goal gig pending. The Dixon Theater years, geez, we were 19 years old. It was a condemned building. It was going to be torn down. So me and 4 other guys in a band called Candy Blackmail decided we're going to rent it and we're going to throw a concert, which is exactly what we did. We cleaned it up and threw a concert with 3 bands, and the cops raided it, and there were state cops and city cops, and they were everywhere coming across the balcony, 12 packs flying off the balcony. And I am having some limited conversations about doing a show there, which would be the perfect close of the circle, life goal gig.
Yeah, that is a full circle moment.
They decided not to condemn it. They decided not to tear it down. They've turned it into a beautiful music place. And those old theaters, to sing on that stage, you don't need PA. You can walk up on that stage and talk to people in the back upper right of the balcony, and they can hear you. I mean, for an acoustic artist, that's just cake. So I hope that comes through. And I'm always after other things. Like, I like opening for or playing. I have a show on the 28th of, and it's one on the 27th of June, one on the 28th of June, another live stream broadcast on the 27th for an organization called Distinctive Gardens, and they do a very widely seen podcasts of artists from their back deck, which is a honor and a beautiful thing to be part of.
Oh, cool.
And then on the 28th, I'm doing Canifest. Well, of course, why wouldn't I do a I have a song called Ola Sweden Bible Store. Why wouldn't I do a Canifest show? So yeah, I'm always after shows.
That series sounds really cool. Distinctive Gardens, you said it was called?
Gardens, yes. They have a Summer from the Patio show every, I think it's every other Friday or something like that. I mean, it's seen by people all over the country. And it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of musicians come from all kinds of different places. All of them are just A-level people and just do a really good job of just entertaining. You know, it's a live stream show. There's a very limited audience who gets to come. but it's streamed all over the world. I mean, it's just, that's kind of we live in that world now. So,
Right.
and it's and Bud and Lisa are just gracious hosts, and it's a wonderful place to play.
Oh, very cool. Where can people check that out when it comes out or when it's happening?
Oh, you can come to my page, my Facebook page, Matt Fichter. It'll be advertised there. You can go to Distinctive Gardens. They will have it advertised there. My buddy Dan Ramirez is going to play this summer there too. Mike Durst and Jim Miller are going to play there. Do yourself a favor, see Mike Durst sing. Do yourself a favor. It's just a lot of really cool musicians come in and play. And Bud and Lisa put on a great show, and it's a great gear, and it's just really a lot of fun to play. It's very relaxing and chill.
Is there a place people can find more about the art collective if they're around Dixon
Yes.
and they're interested in this?
Rosebrook has a page which you can go to. If you are interested from anywhere, send them a message. They are exactly what you would expect from an artistic community. That's good, bad, ugly, wise, all the same. Endearing, accepting. You want your art shown, I'm sure you can get in line. I'm sure they would have. You want to play songs. I've done shows there where you'll have an emo band, and then I'll play, and then a reggae band plays, and then I'll become a bluegrass band, and then a metal band will play, and then somebody else will come up with on a piano. I mean, it's that. It's kind of what how would I design a place to play? It would be Rosebrook.
So they have a Facebook page,
Yes.
Rosebrook on
Rosebrook,
Facebook?
yep.
Oh, that's very cool. Mathew, Ray, Fichter, thank you so much again for coming out again to Studio A and playing for us
Namaste.
today.
Take care of yourself. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. Some people enjoy getting caught in the rain. Some people feel it, some describe the pain. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. Every prayer is answered, sometimes no. Flip a quarter to stay, flip a quarter to go. Won't see him coming, but you'll stay for the show. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. Some people enjoy getting caught out in the rain. Some people feel it, some describe the pain. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. He was just standing here, where did he go? Snowball uphill in 10 feet of snow. Won't see him leaving, and you'll never know. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. You'll know their face, but you won't know their name. Play by the rules till they don't like the game. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. Songwriters and sinners, they're a lot the same. Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked across your grave. I got one more song to do, and I'd like to dedicate this to some very special people. In my hometown, there's a music commune. It's an artistic community called Rosebrook. And it's where I grew up. And they just bought a new building, and artists from all over come as soon as they get the new building up. And I wrote this song for them. It's called Sing a Song for People. Sing a song for people, sing a song for us. Sing it loud and sing it proud and sing it just because. Sing a song for people you know they're not half bad. They move along to get along and do the best with what they have. Sing a song for people, sing a song for us. Sing a song for everyone and do it just because. Namaste. Take care of yourselves.
Mathew Ray Fichter, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. And that will bring an end to our show this hour. Thanks so much to Mathew Ray Fichter for joining us once again, and thanks so much to you for listening in. Find more from Mathew Ray Fichter on Facebook at Matt Fichter, Instagram, Mathew Ray Fichter, and on his Bandcamp, MathewRayFichter.bandcamp.com. Behind-the-scenes video from this session is posted over on WNIJ.org, along with the full episode and many others, also available on the WNIJ YouTube channel. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios by yours truly, along with Mike Lundgren and Sam Knopsker. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week. I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.